Now, supporters need no reminding that it's been a whole year now since we last saw crowds packed inside football grounds. But at Burnley's Turf Moor, some of the seats are now occupied. It's all down to the imagination of a group of aspiring young plumbers who've built supporters out of pipes, radiators and boilers. Chris Hall can tell us more.
It's been a long and quiet year at Turf Moor. When supporters are allowed back in here in May, they might have to fight for their seat, replaced by Replica Fans commissioned by the stand sponsors. He's in your seat, mate. You'll have to have a word.
Yeah, I know. I hope he can give me back for next season. It's been really sad to see the stadiums empty, and that's where the idea stemmed from, really. We know how hard the pandemic has hit young students and apprentices, so we wanted to collaborate with Burnley College to support young students.
Armed with designs from the creative arts departments, these plumbing students have thrown the kitchen sink at it.
Well, they just said that we're going to make some mannequins just made out of your normal plumbing materials, and I just thought, oh, that's a bit crazy, isn't it? Because we don't usually do anything like that.
Well, it's just figuring out what to go where to resemble like the body parts the best. The heads were quite difficult, to be honest.
Has it made you want to build other things now?
No.
Construction people aren't generally really creative. Took it to the creative arts department, and then when the drawings come through, I thought, yeah, there's something we can do here, there's something we can do with this. James Hargreaves is my next door neighbour. Ironically, before he would become a professional footballer, was going to be an apprentice plumber. If he sees these, I would imagine he'll like them, yeah.
The roar of the crowd is normally on tap here at Turf Moor, but they haven't had any fans inside this ground in over a year. Now, in all that time, they have resisted the temptation to pipe in the atmosphere until today. Shh! Honestly, who brings a baby to a game? For those weaned off live football, their yearning for normality is matched by that of the team.
During that period, it's been tough for all, especially people who have unfortunately lost someone due to the COVID pandemic. Our thoughts are with you, of course. Equally, we look forward to having as many of you back into the stadium as possible as the rules change and life comes back to normal.
Until then, they'll play before copper commentators and spectators spraying for a win on the edge of seats with seats for heads, and all, of course, socially distanced.
Yeah, I've got a family that's Burnley fans, and they were quite glad that they saw some fans in the stadium. A lot of people will be thinking like, wow.
It's hoped that more than 5,000 real fans will be allowed in for Burnley's final home game against Liverpool. For now, their stand-ins will be there with knobs on. Chris Hall, ITV News, Burnley.
Fans made out of pipes, that should keep the team soldering on for a bit longer, shouldn't it? That is your sport tonight.
You're wasted, Mike, you're wasted. The father-in-law is desperate to get back to Turf Moor. He is a massive Burnley fan, the biggest Burnley fan.
Won't be long now.